Next time you hear the words sales funnel, please pay attention to how people are feeling when they're interacting with your brand. I know the approach, the common practice here, unfortunately, is to treat people like leads, treat them as numbers. I see this as the biggest strategic mistake that a lot of companies make unintentionally. When you talk about having a sales funnel, I get the concept. You need to go wide, you need to get people, closer to you, and then eventually they end up as your clients, your patients. The way that is being currently implemented by a lot of consultants is not the way that I like, frankly. It's the way that makes people feel like they're trapped. They feel like they're being leads in a funnel. They actually are going step by step, and at some point, it's actually disrespectful to people, especially if on the other side you have patients who have conditions, who have life stories. Don't treat them in a way that they're like subjects or actual like leads just floating around or numbers. You don't want people to feel this way. I don't want this video to be just complaining about how sales funnels are being presented by others. I just want to tell you that there is a different approach. So now imagine that sales funnel. You still have it functioning the same way, going wide, getting them a little bit closer to you, and then eventually you have a nice handshake, and ideally, it doesn't end there because they are referring people to you. They're also coming back for additional services. It's wonderful, it's great, but it only happens if you have a really good relationship. To have a relationship with somebody, you have to be present with them. To be present is before you meet with them. Already start thinking, who is there? Who is my ideal client that I'm actually attracting to this funnel or to my office? Do I want them to feel sucked in and just, because of the offer and the money and the little clock that you put, the deal is going to be gone? Or wouldn't it be better for them to want to swim down that funnel and then actually get closer to you because of the value? Really think what problems do they have, and then try to help them by educating, giving value along the way. And if they get stuck somewhere midpoint, they never ended up in your office, they can feel so good about your office and so good about what you did that 2 years later they can return, come back, and go straight to the bottom of that funnel and be right there with you with an amazing handshake. Anytime you hear the words sales funnel or your funnel, please remember this video. Also share it with other people, because I know the approach, the common practice here, unfortunately, is to treat people like leads, treat them as numbers, and then when they come in, then let's start building a relationship. I don't like it. I think relationships can start and should start way before the person is in your office.